welcome to Simply Living, the show designed to broaden your mind, revitalize your body, and nurture your spirit. I'm Lisa Fenderson. On today's show, we visit one organic farm whose sense of community keeps it thriving. We teach you a thing or two about parsley. Yes, parsley, it's not just for cooking anymore. And we take you to one local restaurant serving delicious organic dishes. Right now, though, we go to a rather unconventional farm in the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains.
Organic in relation to farming really means two things. One is what you're not using, which is chemicals, chemical fertilizers, chemical pesticides, but also what you are doing, which has to do with taking care of the soil, making the soil healthy with organic matter, and feeding the soil through natural means.
Organic farming is not a new concept by any means. Its benefits have been touted since the early 1900s, with organic food sales increasing annually and expected to exceed $13 billion by the end of 2003.
The difference between a pea picked here and a pea that you buy in the store, I think, is taste and nutrition. And because we treat the soil differently than a conventional farm, there's more nutrition in that pea, because our pea plants are able to absorb a lot more diverse minerals and nutrients out of the soil because of how we take care of the soil.
While the challenges of farming are similar, insects, disease, weather, and erosion, it's how those challenges are dealt with that makes organic farming different than conventional farming.
Well, we start with the soil. The most important thing is to have a healthy soil. So we do everything we can to take care of the soil under the assumption that the soil will take care of the plant and the plant will be healthy. We use soap, insecticidal soap, sometimes on bugs. We also use insect releases. We buy bugs to eat other bugs. We also grow flowers in each garden. We have a number of different gardens here, and we have different kinds of flowers will attract different beneficial insects. So we try and create a diversity of insect life which will achieve more of a balanced effect. So essentially we're trying to get nature to help us deal with the pests rather than take on the whole job ourselves by spraying chemicals. Because when you spray chemicals, you kill all kinds of pests. And so then you upset the balance even more, and so you inherit their job even more. You take one and string it, and then you can eat it. Use taste to distinguish yourself, because there's a really big difference. It's much sweeter and much tastier, much more flavorful, and people would eat a lot more vegetables, I think, if they were able to get good local organic vegetables.
But good organic vegetables aren't the only reason many flock to Seven Springs Farm, nestled in the quiet and rolling hills of Floyd County, Virginia. This farm offers something traditional farms don't.
We have maybe 5 to 7 different vegetables in season each week that comes out, and we harvest all that's ready, and then we divide it up amongst all the families.
It's called CSA, or Community Supported Agriculture. It is a concept that originated in Europe and Japan more than 30 years ago, and its popularity is also on the rise.
The way it works is a farm decides that it's going to grow for a certain number of families, and you draw up a budget to take care of all the costs of that garden. Each family contributes a portion of the budget, and they pay for the year like buying a subscription to a garden, basically. And so every week they get vegetables out of the garden. And so they get a sense of where their food's coming from. They have a connection with their farm.
That connection is what folks like Robin Shiraki are searching for. Shiraki is a Seven Springs shareholder and restaurant owner. Several times a month, you'll find her at Seven Springs working the very farm that supplies her produce.
Well, when we come, we usually meet up at the barn, and we get delegated particular tasks. Some of us go harvest vegetables, some of us go and do weeding, some of us prepare the bags so that the foods can be divided, weighed, and divvied up as they come in. But first, it was sort of a personal decision to become involved with the process of growing food. I just feel like in our culture we're so detached from the process of producing the food from the point that it's produced to the point that it comes to the table.
I participate in the program because I think it's a wonderful opportunity to, number one, have really healthy food that I know hasn't been affected by pesticides or herbicides. It's also really cool to get up close and personal with the food that you eventually eat. I feel like in the supermarket you have no idea where that food is coming from, what it went through. But here, I just think it's so wonderful to actually pick your own food, to see where it grows, and to know exactly what you're eating, where it comes from.
Seven Springs Farm and community-supported agriculture, feeding our bodies and nurturing our spirit.
I can't begin to tell you how satisfying it is to help produce food that hits your table. It's just a really beautiful experience.
Well, most of us think of parsley as a culinary herb or garnish. Take a look now at just how much more useful this herb really is.
Herbs have been used for thousands of years because they really work. And the benefit to herbs is they help the body to heal itself. I like to use the illustration: if you have a plant and you just give it water, it'll grow okay, but if you give it the right food, you'll get your flowers. So our bodies are much the same way. If we know exactly what to use, we'll get the benefits from the supplements. Parsley has many medicinal uses as well. In fact, it contains a volatile oil that helps to stimulate the uterus. So for example, if a woman, her menstruation is delayed, she can effectively use parsley to bring on menstruation. Parsley is probably best known for its benefits to the urinary system. Many women do get urinary tract infections frequently, and so when it comes to the kidneys and the urinary system, parsley is the herb of choice. The reason why is because it has anti-inflammatory benefits, antibacterial benefits. What parsley does is it helps to improve urination. In the case of a man with an enlarged prostate, the urethra is put under stress from the enlargement. So parsley will help as a diuretic to flush the kidneys. It also is an expectorant. So for someone who has a chronic cough, bronchitis, allergies, it helps to remove mucus anywhere in the body, including mucus in the bladder. If you're not particularly fond of parsley, you can purchase it in tea bags from your local health food store, or it's also available encapsulated.
Don't go away, because coming up next on Simply Living, we travel to Christiansburg, Virginia to visit Robin and Abdul Shiraki's beautiful Victorian restaurant, The Summit, and we'll try some of their great organic dishes. We're sitting here this afternoon with Abdul Shiraki. Abdul, welcome. Abdul is the owner of the Summit Restaurant and husband of Robin Shiraki, which you saw earlier in the show when we did the Seven Springs Farm and Organic segment. Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome.
We had to come out and check out some of these great dishes. As we talked to Robin earlier in the show, you folks do take part and are shareholders in Seven Springs Farm.
Yes, we are.
And you use a lot of organic vegetables in your dishes.
Yes, what we do, we try to get as we can organic from local farm as we can.
Why is organic so much better, so you think?
The taste is completely different. If you put organic and non-organic, each beside each other, you can see the difference. And I think the customer coming to me and eat, they appreciate it and they know the difference.
That's the one thing that a lot of folks talk about organic vegetables, is that the taste is so much better. Much better. Well, you have made a couple of dishes here, come up with a couple of great recipes using some of these organic items from the farm. Talk to us about, first of all, you have one here that could be either a salad or an appetizer, right?
Yes.
What is this? This is a green bean salad?
Yes, this green beans came from the farm. And first we take it and put it in hot water with a little bit salt for 1 minute, 2 minutes, cook it, and after this pick it up, take it, put it in ice water with ice, and after this we use the cream. Here, heavy cream whipped with a little bit vinegar, red wine vinegar, and after this we mix it with salt and pepper. And after this we roast the tomato. Here's this tomato, we take it, we skin it first, and after this we roast it. And you can do it like whatever you like, how much dry you want it. But I prefer no more than, like, use the oven on 250. And don't take more than 1 hour or 1 hour and a half. Then, like, you can choose really what you want, how much dry for your taste. But I prefer it, for me, when I serve it in a restaurant, I prefer around 1 hour.
Okay.
And you don't want it to get too dry, you don't want to get it so soft, but you want a firm, nice texture, and you give a lot when you eat the green beans and you go eat with it, feel like it's rich and nice.
Right, because texture, a lot of people don't realize, but texture, it plays a big role in cooking, does it not?
Yes, Bill, it's a lot. When you cook something and people enjoy it, they need to feel different texture when they eat, so to give you more pleasure. Because food is art, it's not just...
Very true. Very true. And you've definitely made these works of art. Talk a little bit more about the dish itself, especially some of the garnishes. You talked about the tomatoes, you've talked about the salad itself.
Yeah, we do like carrot, and it's coming from farm too, and the peas came from the farm, and what we call it is spaghetti vegetable, and we'll do it on mandolin, and you get it long like a spaghetti.
Well, it's a very nice touch. It's very gorgeous, very colorful, and that's another thing.
Yeah, because to make different texture when you eat the salad or the first course, it give you three kind of different texture.
And color is important too.
Yes. You have to please the eyes.
Yes.
With,
please the eyes, very important. Please the eyes and please the stomach.
Yes.
Okay, that works for me. The next dish that you have here is, tell us a little bit about this particular dish. This is an entree?
Yes, this entree made it for vegetarian. And what we use here, I use some organic carrot and zucchini from the farm, and some red pepper. And we use the portobello mushroom, and we buy it from someone else. And we saute all this together with a little bit touch of balsamic vinegar, salt and pepper, just to give a taste with a little bit of jalapeno pepper on it, just to give it kind of taste. And after this, we put on filo dough, and we shape it, and we bake it in the oven until like 14 minutes, 15 minutes maximum, until it gets golden brown, and use almost the oven on 400 degree.
Okay.
And this sauce, we used here cream potato sauce, and we used mashed potato, really, like the semi-mixed potato, like you can make the mashed potato. You use it and you add it to the cream, and we cook it a little bit. The potato, the starch in the potato will thickness the cream.
Wow.
And you make it really nice texture. And we add some sun-dried tomato. Like when you eat it, you see, you taste it in background. And you make completely the plate have different unique taste. Because when I try to do my food, I try to be like a wine. It's not just to eat. I'm trying to people, when you come in to eat, they have experience.
I see.
They feel the level of different texture, different taste. They enjoy it. They think they came, enjoyed it.
Well, we have definitely enjoyed being here with you today. This has been a learning experience, and it's really just great to see organic vegetables used in such a nice way, because I think a lot of people hear about organic vegetables, but they've never really maybe gotten an appreciation for it and maybe how to cook it. So this is a great way to cook it. And then the garnish here is what?
It's beet.
Beet.
Yeah,
okay.
Beet, we fried it and be crisp, and we use it from the farm too.
Okay.
It's farm.
And now how do you cook the beet? Is that just a sauteing kind of thing?
No, this we'll do it in deep fry.
Oh, deep fried.
Deep fried
beets.
Yes.
Wow, okay.
Deep fried for a few minutes. Not few minutes, really, around no more than 1 minute.
Okay. Well, they are very good looking dishes, and I'm sure that the folks who come visit the Summit Restaurant, again, the Summit Restaurant located in Christiansburg, it's a gorgeous Victorian home. You must see it for yourself. Well, Abdul, this has been a great experience. Thank you so much for having
You're welcome.
us.
Thank you.
And salud, and let's eat.
Thank you.
Well, that does it for us on Simply Living, but remember, you can get more information on all of our shows by visiting our website. We'll see you next week.